I am the night. I am Batman!
Welcome to the Bat Cave. What's up, guys? We're here at Heroes at Large. We're here to talk about the Batman 80th anniversary. They let me introduce because I'm one of the bigger Batman fans here. We're all wearing our Batman attire. You can't see this, though.
It's primarily because it's dark and broody in here.
Yeah, we're actually all perched on separate gargoyles.
I am the night.
I am vengeance.
To the Bat Cave.
He's like, I am the Coors Light.
So, what's for dinner, guys? Justice. So we're here to talk about the 80th anniversary of Batman, everyone's favorite superhero.
And the 1000th Detective Comics.
Detective Comics. Yay. Get all kinds of variants.
Later on tonight, we're going to go head on out to the midnight release, and we're going to hopefully get a couple interviews and talk to some of the fans.
Yeah, we're going to be down at Sphinx Comics and Collectibles in Riverside.
We're going to post up their information right here, and that way you guys want to check them out. I believe they might have a online store as well, right?
Yeah, they've got some online stuff. They were actually getting 10 different copies of the Detective Comics 1000. They are getting some variants. I don't know exactly which ones.
If they're just getting 10 copies, the first 10 people are going to get them. But if they're getting variants.
Yeah, they are going to have some variants. I don't know exactly which ones because they couldn't tell us at the time that we had talked to them.
Yeah, we broke in and we tried to weasel it out of them. But you're saluting crime and we're celebrating a crime fighter.
But just so you guys know, there's basically 10 different covers for the Detective Comics 1000. There's also an additional 40 variant exclusive comic book covers. These are all pretty much comic book store exclusives. So only specific comic book stores throughout the United States actually are the ones that are selling these variant covers.
Or you can buy them on eBay the next day for $1 million.
Evil Bay, that is.
Yeah, which is still a good deal.
It all depends on who the artists are. Because I really want that Alex
Ross.
Oh my god, that one's nice.
Yeah, I heard that's already going for 1,000.
Is it?
Oh wow.
Are you making up? Man, see,
Get out of here.
Don't hate the game.
Batman hates lies.
It's just so you know, Alfred gets his information from NEEHIGH.
Yeah.
They write their own Wikipedias.
And then they correct each other after they wrote it.
To the Bat Cave.
Because it's squirrels, not scroll.
So, Dynamite, what do you know about the Batman 80th anniversary?
I'm Batman.
All right, so Batman is a little bit behind Superman. Superman
a year, right?
By about a year. Originally credited by Bob Kane, later on fixed and repaired, and it was Bill Finger. In my eyes, it's Bill Finger first, and then Bob Kane, who created Batman. Pretty much, if you listen to episode 2 of Heroes at Large, we go a little bit in depth of who Bill Finger is, but he pretty much got none of the credit of designing and creating Batman and I think Joker and
majority of his villains, majority of the memorable,
the original
ones.
Yeah,
the original ones. Bob Kane originally had him in red with blonde hair and Robin style mask, and a regular cape, and I think he had a logo that just said Bat.
A very, very pointy ear.
Yeah, and we could find a pic. No ears at all.
No, he didn't.
It was just
he
like
had a domino
It
mask.
was that thing,
That's
the
a domino
Robin
mask.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
So,
That's what it was.
What we're gonna do is if we could find a picture, we're gonna post it, and
up.
we'll let you guys know, and then we'll let you see what Bill Finger did with it, and it's the Batman that you know now. So 80 years of Batman, and I believe Batman v Superman was the first time Bill Finger actually got credit.
Yeah,
Right. That's right.
For creating Batman as opposed to just Bob Kane.
Tell me, do you bleed?
There's
Long
been
after he passed, though.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
unfortunately, luckily he had a granddaughter that fought for it and got it. I'm trying to think what else we know that's not known about Batman, because I think it's one of the most popular characters in the world. There's some different iterations. People that complain he doesn't kill. Yes, he did. The beginning of the series in I think Detective Comics #1, he did have guns. But he did kill. And in later comic books, he had an incident where he had locked up the KG Beast and starved him to death. And not to mention, in the movies, he didn't save Ra's al Ghul.
And boy, yeah, it was in the Batman Begins. And then obviously in Batman vs. Superman, he killed
several people.
If you want to get technical, I think every movie he's killed somebody.
True.
I would agree.
Either killed or let someone die.
Right. By explosions or something.
Yeah, there's always percussions and concussions and all that good stuff. But overall, it's a great character. I mean, well-rounded. I think
he's well-rounded. Yeah.
He's got to let things go, though.
Psycho-rounded.
Now, do you think there was a while that theory that he's the crazy one and everyone around him is trying to save him? There was that other one where...
Actually, I think that was a college course that they did where that theory came from.
Really? Yeah. That he's in Arkham and Joker is his main doctor and Harley Quinn is the nurse and Poison Ivy is like the groundskeeper that keeps him, and all. They made this whole plan where it's kind of like it's Bruce Wayne who's locked up and he sees them as the villain.
Yeah, he's the one who
There's also the other one, I believe that was a comic book, where Alfred is the Joker and he hires other actors to portray the villains in order to keep Bruce's mind sane.
Give him purpose.
And give him purpose
I've never
as
heard that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was a comic book or another theory where he dresses up as the Joker. That's why originally they weren't killers or murderers. They were just bank robbers and thieves. That Alfred hired these people and they put them in costumes just like Bruce put himself in a costume. And he orchestrated the whole thing just to keep him busy and keep him sane. That was another theory, but I mean, 80 years is a long span for a character.
Yeah.
Especially one with so much in pop culture and reference in movies, comic books, TV shows, cartoons, and God knows what else, serials.
I think everybody can recognize Batman, even with just the logo.
I think so.
He's an icon.
Agreed.
So, Drew, what is it about Batman that I think you told us once, right? You
told you guys why I love Batman so much.
He saved your parents' life or saved your life?
It was the dog.
What?
It was Ace the Bat Hound.
No, I don't know. I've always really liked Batman. Growing up, I watched the Batman animated series. I watched the 60s series. My parents had a couple VHSs. Yeah, I'm that old. VHSs that we were able to watch a lot of.
Some reel-to-reels.
Some reel-to-reels.
And to me, like I said, I always thought Adam West was my Batman.
Pretty fishy what happened to me on that ladder.
Batman has some classic villains that you can not talk about the villains if you talk about Batman.
That's true. That's one of the things that makes Batman awesome is his villains. Yeah. You can't be a Batman fan and not appreciate the Joker.
Or any villains of Batman.
And I really thought you were going to go with like Egghead or King Tut.
Oh, well. I was close. I was leaning towards Calendar Man, but...
King Tut.
Ultimate.
Actually, you know what? Lately...
Calendar Man's been a little bit bigger. They've been pulling a lot of the...
Well, the new guy, what is it, Kite Man?
Mm-hmm.
No,
he's not new. He's
old.
Yeah.
Condiment Man.
Condiment King.
Condiment King. It's Condiment King. No, with the writing that's been going on right now, they've been taking these really, really
old characters,
horrible villains like Kite Man and the
Calendar Man,
and have really flipped them around and made them like even Mr. Freeze.
No, you know who they did?
Mr. Freeze was a horrible until they gave him Cold Heart.
And
they gave him an origin.
Yeah.
Scarface, what's the old man? The ventriloquist. Yeah, when they did that story on him without the Scarface on Iron Bane. Is it Iron Bane or?
Yeah.
That was a great story on him. Because it wasn't him without the puppet, but you could see that he was a villain. The way he turned out to be. What was more whack than?
Well, I mean, it was always inside his head. It was just a matter of him unlocking.
For the first time without Scarface.
Yeah. So I mean, we can go all day. Not just talk about Batman, but about his villains.
Another
thing that makes Batman great, me, one of my favorite parts about Batman is Alfred. I love Alfred. Alfred's like he's Batman's original sidekick. He handles all the computer work. He handles everything in the Batcave, and he still keeps the Wayne Mansion clean. Alfred's amazing. People who don't think Alfred is a superhero, Alfred is, in my book, Alfred's a superhero. You know what I mean? He's punched Superman before, hasn't he? In Injustice, he picks up a piece of kryptonite and explodes his boot, kicking Superman in the face.
Was it? No, he had taken some of the, because in Injustice they had those Krypton pills that gave you the power of Kryptonium. Okay. I think he took a couple of them and just punched him right in the face. I think he broke his nose.
Yeah,
Alfred is beyond badass.
Alfred is awesome.
There's another comic book story where Superman comes to Wayne Manor, and he's looking for Batman, and Alfred actually walks up to him, or he's standing to him face to face, and tells him, "If you hurt him, I will kill you."
Yeah.
And just the way it was drawn and everything, you even kind of get a sense that Clark is kind of like, he's like,
okay.
Oh, what?
So to me, Alfred is by far one of my favorite parts of Batman.
Bruce Wayne don't want to admit it, but that's like his dad.
Alfred
is his dad.
He has admitted it. I think he's acknowledged it a couple of times.
Even in the movies, when we had the George Clooney, George Clooney had that whole
talk
thing.
About that.
The one I didn't like in the movies was the was how in the Dark Knight trilogy, I didn't like how he was super mean to Alfred, and Alfred was there the whole time.
He protected him from that whole I'm not gonna be with Bruce with Rachel.
Yeah.
And then she's like, well, here's the deal. You're full of yourself. She wasn't gonna be with you. Get over it. She's like, oh, you're lying. Get the hell out of my house.
Yeah, I hated
he was
that. So mean to Alfred. I'm like, that's Alfred. Be nice.
He made him cry. He made him cry.
Well, actually, in Batman Begins, I believe it is, he even gives Bruce the strength to overcome his fear.
Yeah.
Remember when Wayne Manor is getting burnt to the ground and they're in the elevator? And he tells him again what his dad said.
Yeah.
Why do we fall?
Why do we fall? Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Alfred is so crucial to Batman. I think Alfred is amazing.
And remember when he even tells him, "What's the point of all those push-ups if you can't pick up a ball?"
Exactly. I was rewatching it the other day too, and at one point in the movie, Bruce Wayne's walking through the house. I'll tear this house down brick by brick if I want to. And Alfred gets mad. He's like, it's not just your house; it's your father's house. And Alfred's kind of that core. He's kind of keeps him linked to Bruce Wayne as much as he wants to just be Batman. Alfred has a way of keeping him grounded, keeping him Bruce Wayne, and reminding him that, dude, you're still human. You know what I mean?
His mortality.
Exactly. Yeah. If it wasn't for Alfred, Batman
wouldn't exist.
He would have died his first night because if you watch Batman Year One,
I think the metal one with Cyborg is it the story?
It was one of the best ones.
That one was that hit hard. That was a good one. I'm gonna cry.
Hold it back.
But no, he's definitely one of my favorite parts about Batman.
What would you consider your favorite era of Batman? Considering for as long as he's been around, how we've seen all the different changes in Batman throughout the years and how he's even gotten darker and whatnot. So what do you consider to be your favorite?
For me, I think what brought me back to Batman was the Hush story.
Okay.
I don't know when that came out. I don't quite remember, but that was what brought me back to comics.
I was thinking 2000s.
Yeah, I never left comics. Yeah, so
no, I mean I did.
I know. A lot of people do. I didn't. Like from the Long Halloween to Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns.
Long Halloween was about the same time as
a little bit. A little bit. I think it came out before.
Yeah,
it came out before. Like 2000, right? When Hush came out.
I'm not exactly sure about the dates, but yeah, early 2000s, maybe late 90s.
That's what I'm thinking.
Batman Year One. That was another great comic.
Batman Year One.
I think Batman Year One came out shortly after the death of Superman.
No Man's Land was a really good one. Nightfall.
Yeah, Nightfall
was a really good one. That's where you met Bane for the first time.
No one cared who I was till I put on the mask.
And then that was a genius plan. He's like, I'm going to break the bat. I'm going to release everyone from Arkham, get him really tired, and then I'm going to destroy him. And sure enough, he did. Even the Nightfall Batman suit was amazing.
Did you read?
Really quick side note, since you brought up Bane, Drewski, have you been watching Gotham?
Oh yeah,
I have not.
Okay.
No, I have not. And it sounds bad to say this. Gotham doesn't have Batman in it, so I'm not hugely drawn to it. A lot of those villains became villains after he became Batman, so it's hard for me to follow along with.
The reason why I bring it up is because they just brought in Bane.
Yeah,
this is the third episode before the show's done with.
Yeah,
and I really didn't care for Alfred too much on this series until Bane comes in.
Yeah,
and then I actually was like, no, but never mind.
Okay.
Did you ever read the Batman Venom? When he took that's another great story.
When he gets addicted to it, huh?
Yeah,
and he locks himself up for a month.
That was in Legends of the Dark Knight.
Yeah, that was a really good story. Yeah, he gave because he was pretty much one of the ones that was experimented on for Venom, which is what Bane uses now.
But he started taking it because a
where-
little girl died, right? He couldn't save a little. It was a little girl or a woman.
He felt he was losing his edge.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, he just thought he was getting slow and old.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
but
was
someone
a
died
drug.
because of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He felt he was losing his edge. I don't remember what it was,
I think it was a little girl.
but somebody's like, so he felt he was losing his edge, so he started using Venom, which not to be confused with that crappy movie. It's
Batman and Robin?
yeah.
Yeah, we're just kidding. They're all gems.
And yeah, he became addicted and locked himself up for a few months or a month in the Batcave with nobody.
Yeah, because he was trying to
had a
kick
full-grown
it.
beard when he got out. So
He
I
was
know
trying to
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
trying to kick the venom. He was trying to kick the habit or whatever.
Yeah. He did his own detox. But yeah, I mean, I don't think. I mean, there are some bad stories, not great ones, but even the return of Jason Todd,
Rainbow
was,
Batman.
Yeah.
was really good. Death, Batman R.I.P. was pretty good.
Yeah, that was
That's the
pretty
Battle
good
for
too.
the Cowl. There's a few of them.
What do you guys? What about your guys' choice as far as favorite Robin?
Dick Grayson.
Dick Grayson, I think so too.
What was your second one? I think Damien's good.
No, Tim Drake.
Yeah.
Tim Drake.
Second in line would have to be
I
Tim
like
Drake for me
the
too.
new, like now, this is how he is. Now I like how Damien is. I just like the way they're doing him now.
The one thing in I think I got introduced with Batman was in Detective Comics. So back in the 70s when Neil Adams was drawing him and doing the Detective Comics, there were more of detective stories. You know, there wasn't
that was
a lot
the
of
whole
that.
basis before, because
Yeah.
Detective Comics was that, a detective
Yeah,
story,
and
then Batman was supposed to be Batman stories as his adventures as Batman. not
yeah,
someone-
so when I used to read the Detective Comics, a lot of times that you'd end up with at the very end of a story or at the end of the comic, there'd be like a twist or something like that, and to me they were awesome.
That's what the '60s one was about too, right? He was always finding clues. A lot of
Yeah.
my memories of Batman in the '60s era was him. He had one hand on in his elbow, the other one underneath his chin, thinking about
You're talking about the TV
clues.
show or the
TV show. So he's always it always shows him thinking, always shows him kind of pacing back.
as
and
much
forth.
as I love that show, I really do. They also had to make it a little campy.
Of course he did.
Well, of course, for the time too.
If I remember, there was one time where they were, and if you read comic books, you know Batman has his own way of interrogating people. And if you watch the show, there's an episode where they're interrogating a criminal, and they're like, "Oh, I'm not gonna talk." So they put a spotlight, and you see Batman's silhouette flapping his cape. He's like, "Oh my God, you guys have bats here! I'll talk."
Well, not even that. Remember when Batman was dancing?
Oh, the bat
Bat
to
see.
see.
Yeah, that didn't happen in no comic book either, but you know, it's just a show.
That's just from the times. That's all it is. It's just a reflection of the times.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all that kind of stuff was always still different compared to what they were doing in the comics. I think except for maybe today's standard where they're trying to be more dark like the comic books
Yeah, it wasn't. At the beginning, those comic books weren't as dark. That's why they introduced Robin.
Right.
Because they were a little bit on the campier side, but then they just took it off the rails, which is great. I mean, that character really needs to be the way he is because of the tragic backstory that he had. I mean, he's not going to go create the Bat 2C and, you know, I mean, he's a vigilante, and in the TV show, I think he was deputized.
Right, he was.
So he was working.
Because they actually wanted to let kids know, look, he actually works for the police department.
He's
so,
not a criminal.
Yeah, so kids, don't do this unless you
deputized.
know.
Yeah. But Chief O'Hara was the greatest part of that show.
All adds up to a sinister riddle. Riddler. Riddler?
He was a numbskull.
He was the
He
greatest
really
part of that
didn't
show.
know what was going on. And he almost, I thought he was a secretary at first when I was a kid.
I forgot the Riddler had put up a clue or a riddle, and they were trying to figure it out. I forgot what the riddle was, but his was like, well, obviously it's a bird with a machine gun. And everyone was like,
And he
a
had the
bird with a
computer that
machine
he just puts it in, and gives you the answer.
Oh, the computer was the Bat computer?
yeah.
That Bat computer was awesome.
It was like a typewriter with a screen.
I don't know. It just had some lights in it. You just shove
Yeah,
stuff in it, and it
gives
spit
you
out
answers.
answers.
Shove your floppy.
And then Bat Phone or Bat Signal.
Bat signal by far.
Bat
What about-
signal.
what about
What's
the-
a bat
the-
phone?
the-
You didn't watch the, that's how
Oh, you're talking about the. You're talking about
the big red phone.
How do you not know what the
Oh.
Bat Phone
Yeah,
is?
that's
I've
cool.
always I always go by bat signal though.
Yeah, they didn't have that in the show. It was the bat phone.
I actually thought you were talking about one of those new animated shows.
No.
That was Batman.
Batman. The T is silent. Batman.
Yeah, Batman.
Harvey Dent. Can we trust him? Can we trust?
Who's your favorite villain? You have a favorite villain?
Probably the Joker.
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
He's just as iconic as Batman.
Hands down.
The Joker employs tons of tricks, tons of gadgets. He's the literal reflection of Batman.
Well, you can't have one without the other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The Joker's a chemist. He's at least somewhat of a genius. Maybe not the same intellect, but he's a planner. He's a schemer, even though he says he's not. But he likes to do things that make him laugh. So if it's not going to make him laugh, he'll either kill the person or he'll just move on to something that will make him laugh. Joker's awesome. The Joker's pure and utter chaos, whereas Batman is control. Batman is law. He's order. He's justice. The Joker's just the complete opposite, which is what makes him so enticing as Batman's villain. If I had to choose a second, though, Two-Face is really awesome.
I think mine's second. It would be the Riddler.
You know me, I love obscurity.
Oh, of course you do.
So I'm gonna
obscurities. He's just gonna go with the Penny Plunderer just because no one's ever heard of him.
No, I think I really do like Scarface and the Clock King.
Scarface is awesome. Yeah, Clock King was awesome.
I actually really like Scarface. Scarface has been one of the one villains that I think has been underrated and underutilized.
Yeah, and the same thing, and Clayface, but I feel bad for Clayface.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, especially I think when they did Batman the animated series. Yeah,
that was a sad episode.
Yeah, they actually made you feel for him.
That was the second saddest behind Mr. Freeze.
Yeah. Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze is probably the worst, but
and then Arnold just did such a bad job.
Yeah, but in all honesty, I think Clayface is just a sad character.
Chill.
We'll kill the dinosaurs.
Yeah, I say. Oh, let's not quote.
Like you're the one that did
Allow me to break the ice. Sorry.
Get to the Batcave.
A while back, Drewski introduced me to a band called Austrian Death Machine, and it's all Arnold Schwarzenegger quotes for movies that they make songs out of.
Nice.
Like "Get to the Chopper" is a song.
That's awesome.
But they actually do have a song called "Allow Me to Break the Ice."
Really?
Yeah. And
you gotta send that
whole quote. Allow me to break the ice.
Yeah, send it to me.
My name is Freeze. Learn it and learn it well. For it is the chilling sound of your doom. I'm not gonna sing. It's a death metal.
It's a death metal song. It's great. It's really.
They're really talented.
It's very entertaining. Austrian Death Machine.
It's not a tumor.
That's actually another song. It's not a tumor.
Back to Batman.
That being said, we actually brought a couple collectible corner Batman related items we want to share with you guys. Drewski, what'd you bring?
I brought two things. I brought my Batman Encyclopedia, the Essential. I was actually looking at the date stamp on it, though, so it's only updated to 2008. But it's the most updated version I have.
Pretty much what that means is just got a different costume in the new version.
I don't know. There's been a lot going on.
He's missing like 3.
This doesn't have any of the Dark Knights in it.
Yeah.
So,
the Batman Who Laughs.
But anyway, it's not only this, but seeing as how we're doing the 80th anniversary, I brought something from the 75th anniversary, which is a set of stamps, postal stamps, which I'm super proud of.
I licked one.
2014. You better don't ever. But yeah,
I rubbed them all.
Get out of here.
Smell?
You guys,
He's in a scratch and sniff.
Is that a $2 bill in there too? Is that Two-Face $2 bill?
No, it's just my $2 bill. I just save it.
What else you got there?
I brought a die-cast 1966 Batmobile.
His is cooler.
Ooh.
Let's open this up.
I even like the box. It's was it 265 out of 1500?
It's considered limited. It's all die-cast.
All the
metal.
So that's from that new company, that Metals.
Yeah. The metal, yeah.
Yeah, Metals company or whatever.
So we got this situated for you. Bam! It's got Robin on the bat phone. Alfred,
nice.
That's the phone that he actually had in the Batmobile. I know you don't know about Batman that much, but they actually before.
Yeah, I heard about him
phones,
yesterday.
Batman was ahead of the game, and he had a phone in his car, and he's got
what's a cell phone?
Adam West right next to the car.
I've heard of Adam West. It's a mayor, right?
Is it blue chrome or is it black?
It is black with a high gloss
on it.
Robin can't come out of the car, but Batman can pose right next to it.
It is a sweet looking car though, because that gloss on it, it just makes it pop.
It's nice. The wheels with the bat symbol.
Now, how often do you wax it?
It even tastes cherry.
You're talking about the car.
The car tastes cherry?
I'm talking about the waxing.
Oh.
The waxing tastes cherry.
Does the wax taste cherry?
Is the back open? No.
No, I don't think none of the compartments opened up. This is only like the third time that I've actually taken it out of its packaging. So
put it back quick.
Can I touch it?
we'll take a couple pictures and post it up. Obviously,
The doors don't open?
You know what? No, because in the Batmobile they do not. No,
Yeah.
they do open.
They do open in the Batmobile.
I thought he always just jumped out.
See?
We figure something out.
Who doesn't know about
alright.
the Batmobile?
I was thinking of General Lee.
Yeah. That's dope.
That is pretty awesome.
That's really dope.
So Adam West.
It's a good looking car.
Adam West did say that he was the better Batman just for the simple reason that in the suit it was all West. No padding, no
Right.
enhancements, no
It was-
rubber suits, no none
it
of that
was-
stuff.
it
It was
was all
100%
him.
West. R.I.P. brother.
R.I.P. I mean, he wasn't really very buff, but I guess for the time.
Well, for the time,
For
though.
the time, yeah.
I mean, even Christopher Reeves, who played Superman in the black and white, he
That's
wasn't
George
necessarily... Oh, yeah, you're right. Why did I say Christopher?
Because you know nothing.
Because Christopher Reeves is still
But
my
even Christopher
favorite.
Reeves wasn't big and bulky himself.
Well, they did the
compared
same
to Henry
thing.
Cavill.
Same thing, yeah.
Now all of them are on steroids.
Now. We will leave Ben Affleck out of this.
Bad flick.
With that being said, I think we're getting ready to head on out to the midnight.
Woo! I got a trivia for you.
Oh, God.
What was the Adam West Batmobile made out of? What kind of car was that?
That's
It
what I
was
was
a
gonna
concept
ask,
car, and that would never make production.
Well, I know that.
The
but
chassis was too long.
That's what I'm saying. Is like, what was the...
too. It was a Chrysler? I don't know, I'm guessing.
A lot of people think that it was a Cadillac, but it wasn't.
Yeah, that's
I
what
think
they...
it was a Pontiac.
That's what they said. Was Pontiac?
I think it was a Pontiac.
There was one type of car that they started with, and then they built from there, or they used that as the base, I guess. But there's still a couple of these. There's still a couple of these cars that you can find out.
Well, Burt Ward, who played Robin, lives in Norco.
Right.
So he
And I
actually
believe
has a
he has
Batmobile.
one. Yeah, he has one.
And he takes it out when they have Norco parade and whatever the case is.
Matter of fact, I think he just barely got it a couple of years ago.
I don't know, but yeah, he's had. I know he's had it because I know he's been to the parade. Because I had a friend that didn't live that far away from him, and like from time to time you'll see him just pull it out of his garage, just to get other stuff out, and then just put it right back in.
Nice. Okay.
Fact: Batman's awesome.
Random Batman facts. Drewski, you go first.
Batman sets the grandfather clock that leads to the Batcave. He sets it to 10:34 because that's the time his parents died.
His parents died?
It was tragic. I don't know if you know. What? Yeah, just watch any.
It was actually a Lincoln. The Batmobile was a Lincoln.
Just watch.
Oh, was it really?
Was it a Lincoln? So you were right. Is that what you said?
I said Chrysler. I was guessing though.
I said Lincoln in my head.
You were thinking of Abraham.
Batman fact.
Batman's birthday is February 17th.
True that. You got one, NEEHIGH?
Thinking. Give me a...
Okay, Batman fact. Away from the movies, he was not afraid of bats. When he decided on the mantle of the bat, a bat flew into his window, and he was inspired by that. He wasn't afraid of bats at all.
True.
People get confused because now they just watch the movies and they go off of the movie.
You guys, true or false on this Batman fact?
I didn't know we were playing true or false. We were just
this is for me. You guys, because the Batman insignia on his chest is actually bulletproof.
Yes.
And he wears that to as a target for people to shoot at him instead of trying to shoot him in the face.
Yeah.
Draws their attention.
True.
Yeah, it draws his attention.
That's why it was yellow, and that was the only color that he actually had on the costume that was prominent, just so you could have a target.
Yeah, it was bright, so that way you could see it.
And as a matter of fact, I think in Batman: The Arkham Knight, the Red Hood actually makes a reference to that.
Yeah.
True or
Spoiler.
Oh, what?
Well, yeah, no, you don't.
I didn't finish that game.
I know. See, that's what I'm saying.
It's only been a few years.
True or false? Did Commissioner Gordon found out that who was Batman?
That's a good question. Yeah, there's several.
Well, his question is true or false. Says Commissioner Gordon never found out.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, because they even talked about it in.
Okay, so when?
Or
they go to
drinks.
coffee. They go for coffee every once a year. I think it's like an anniversary thing. They do it for
Christmas.
Christmas, yeah. They have a coffee together.
I know.
And Batman always pays.
I know that Commissioner Gordon became Batman in one of these.
Well, in the recent comics, because Bruce Wayne actually went missing, that's when they started having several people take up the
But
cowl.
even in the Dark Knight Returns, they have a drink because he's like, all that time you had us thinking that you were having, champagne when it was really ginger ale.
Right.
And he acknowledged the fact that he was Batman.
But that was from Frank Miller, right? So
that was
before that. Any comic before that or after that?
Well, you just said it. Has he ever figured out?
Okay, well, better yet, when do you guys know of when they finally announced that Commissioner Gordon knew who Batman was?
In the comic books, as far as I know, it hasn't happened, and they take it away. It has happened, and they take it away, and then they,
It's been something that's retconned several times.
Yeah, so
right.
I mean, and then if you're talking about movies, it's happened in movies, and if you're talking about video games, it's happened in video games, and if you're talking about, animated movies, it's happened in animated movies. So comic books, I don't think it's happened in comic books, and if it has, it got retconned where he doesn't know.
It might also be one of those, shield things where I cannot confirm nor deny. He admits it when he wants to.
Well, just like
he denies it when he wants to.
Just like I believe that Joker knows
who
Batman really is, but as soon as he tells people, the joke is over.
Right.
That's my theory on that he actually genuinely knows who it is, but he just the joke is over as soon as he tells people who it is. That's how I feel. I think that would be great.
He's more fascinated with Batman than Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne is just a normal person. Batman is insane in Joker's eyes.
Okay, here's another question for you guys. Trivia, true or false? James Gordon has a son.
Yes.
Yes. Where is he? What happened to him?
He's crazy.
Is he really? I didn't know that. That I did not know.
Yeah, he tried to kill the rest of the family.
Yeah. He was put away for a while, and I guess now he's back.
He's back. As a matter of fact, when they brought Batgirl back, that she was able to walk, Barbara Gordon, they introduced that character again.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe...
I think he's like in probation still or something.
I'm not sure. His name was actually Jim Gordon as well.
I think so, James.
Jimmy,
maybe. I don't know.
But they have a hard time. It's kind of like, all right, your mom's name is Barbara, so we'll name the daughter Barbara. We have a son named James. We'll name you after the dead, man. But yeah, he has a brother, and he's completely mad. Which I'm surprised that he doesn't become one of Batman rogues. He's not. He's more of a thorn in...
You never know. Side. You never know. I mean, that could be something that might.
He could be one of the Jokers.
Who knows?
To the Batmobile. Let's go. Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed. Here, ready to move up.
Okay, here's some of the interviews. Here's some of the recordings that we took from the Detective Comics 1000 midnight release. All right, this is AVAZ and NEEHIGH again, and we are here with
Flaco Rincon.
All right, and he's here for the Detective Comics 1000 midnight release over here at Sphinx Comics again. So tell me really quick, why here for Detective Comics 1000?
What's 1000? It's Batman, dude. I've been collecting Batman since I can remember, and then I quit it for a while, like everybody does. And then after
they think they are an adult. So
yeah, it's kind of hard to pick up chicks when you're collecting comics,
right?
So after I got married and had my kids, I kind of went back, and then it literally happened right when DC was doing their New 52 era.
Oh wow, that's okay. That's kind of cool.
The 52?
I started with the New 52, but with the trades. Okay. I started with the trades, and then that's what got me. Like,
now you catch up on what was going on.
Yeah, and then like once I caught up, and then like I think it was Court of Owls, Night of Owls, and then and then after
Death of the Family.
Death of the Family. Yeah. And then after that, there was no more trades, so I literally had to go back to issues. And then I told my wife I wasn't gonna do issues; I was only gonna do trades. But then like. That story was great, dude.
Yeah.
That Scott Snyder one with Greg Capullo on it, which is amazing.
So did you jump on the Rebirth?
I did. I actually did. Yeah. I did. It was the button that started it.
Yeah. The button.
It was the button. And then that thing reminded me a lot from the Flashpoint.
Yeah.
So when that happened, like I had to get it. I had to come back over here for another midnight release.
Nice.
But the thing is, I don't know, man. That book has just been killing me because the Doomsday Clock.
Oh, man.
It's just lagging on coming out. It's like...
Well, yeah, because they keep pushing it back and pushing it back and pushing it back.
It was only, 12 issue?
12 issues, yeah. It's going to be 12 issues.
Because the last one was number 9. No, the last one was number 9. And then I think number 10 got pushed back again till I think the last date they gave out was the end of April.
See, that's killing it. That's killing it.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
See, so that's pretty much what brought me back into comics.
Yeah.
And then I started hanging out here with some of the guys, and then just becoming like a regular.
Right.
And then it's little by little, I started meeting groups of people like on Facebook and Instagram.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
And then that led to like me meeting up with some guys, and then I joined this club right here. Check it out.
Oh, wow. So you guys can't see this, but yeah, he's got this jacket on his comic book Fiend Club. What's that, SoCal?
Yeah. This,
SC? That's pretty dope.
It's divided in different chapters because it started pretty small, but then it got pretty big.
Wow.
So right now there's like, I want to say 85 people.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Oh, wow.
And then it's all over the place. So
That's crazy.
We divided it into like different places. Like there's the West chapter, the East chapter, the Midwest, and then they just started because they started on Instagram and Facebook just for like online socially.
Oh, okay.
We do that. Well, I'm a toy collector, so I have my own crew too, Toy Lover Crew.
See?
And it's
there's also like a Funko collector's
there's
club.
everything.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of them.
Well, what I do toy photography.
Okay.
And I started my own group. The reason why, because it became with other crews, like gangs, like competition, and so I felt that you didn't give the people that starting a chance, because we all start from the bottom to become who we are. So when I did my crew, I started getting people from the bottom, like people that just started. Now they're big names, but now we're about almost like maybe 90 people now.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's for the passion of just one thing, like the toys, and then for us, it's the comics. Like for me, my goal was the Batman number 12, first Harley Quinn appearance.
Yeah,
that's for me is my I guess my 181. I wouldn't mind having a 181.
Right.
But to me that's more important. So I went after that book.
Did you find one? Did you get one?
I was able to get one through the comic club. Like one of the guys.
See, there, cool.
One of the guys was able to hook me up with a copy.
That's pretty awesome, though.
Yeah. It's just the luck.
So, all right, we won't want to keep you too long.
Yeah.
But yeah, we thank you very much for taking a couple minutes out to talk to us. We'll hopefully be able to share some of your info on the club and everything too. So that way, some of our listeners, if they're interested, they can look you guys up. Yeah, because this is pretty cool stuff, man. You guys gotta check this out.
It's once you get in a passion and like you go full dive in there, and that's what happens afterwards. But
before you leave, are you a Batman fan?
Oh, definitely, dude. I started with the cartoon. That's the thing that got me going. The animated, like coming out of school, and that's the first thing you watch.
Right.
All
right, cool, man. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thank you for your time, man. Appreciate that.
Test. All right, here we are at the midnight release for Detective Comics 1000, and I'm here with
Dwight
and
Yuki.
And I heard you're new to comic books.
Yes.
And Dwight introduced you to comic books.
Yes.
Awesome. So, what's your favorite book right now?
My favorite one, recently I haven't been reading them due to me working every single day.
Yeah.
So I don't really have time to read.
That's the best part about comic books. They wait. They'll wait for you.
I have a stack where they're his, and he lets me borrow some of them.
All right. And is there you're here for, obviously, Detective Comics 1000. Are you guys huge Batman fans?
I am, but I actually was reading Detective from 961 till 981. And then I got bored. And then
the milestone hit.
The milestone hit, and I was like, "Oh man!"
Now you got to catch up, right?
I have to catch up now. So yeah.
So now, what is it about Batman that you guys like so much?
Because he has no powers. He's basically completely human. So and he just like fights crime. He does everything. He fights gods.
All right, who do you think will win in a fight, Batman or Iron Man?
Oh, that's a hard one.
They're two rich guys with really cool gadgets.
I would say Batman.
Yeah, Batman.
I would say Batman.
I would probably have to agree, just because he also uses his mind, not only his wallet.
Yeah.
Is there a favorite Batman villain other than the Joker that you guys like?
Oh, I would say what's the other guy's name? The guy, the ice guy,
Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
Okay.
Because I remember watching the old movies, like the one with George Clooney.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was your first introduction to Batman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was I don't know, that character was really cool.
Yeah. And the character of Mr. Freeze actually, he was pretty lame at the beginning, but then there was a comic book, if you guys could find it, and they're actually part of the animated series called Cold, Cold Heart. And he gave him, like, his wife was dying and all that good stuff. So if you ever get the chance to read that one, it's a really, really good book, and you probably will enjoy it, and you'll see the character in a different way. Now, is there a character that you like other than the Joker?
Other than the Joker? Oh, that's the same one.
No, Joker's top dog?
I think
Okay.
Joker's top dog too.
Okay.
It's iconic.
Is there what character would you like to see appear in the movies? Because you know Joker's already a staple.
I would say Clayface.
Clayface, that's a good one.
I'd say
That's a
Clayface,
good
yeah.
one. Yeah. And you?
For myself.
Okay, Clayface?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, he's a really, really cool character. Are you guys excited to read the comic book?
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Are you going to catch up on all of it?
I am going to catch up because I am actually only like 19 issues behind. It's
Yeah,
not
you
that
know what?
bad.
And that's like a good hour read, maybe.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for your time, and hopefully you guys enjoy your books and keep up reading.
Sure, thank you.
Thanks.
All right, so this is AVAZ and NEEHIGH, and we're here at Sphinx in Riverside, and we're talking with
Gus Moreno.
So, Gus, why don't you tell us really quick, what's your part at Sphinx? What do you do here?
Really, I honestly just help these guys out. I actually don't really work here. I have a real job. It's kind of a hobby. I help these guys out. I'm trying to push them to get more with technology, finding new ways to improve the store, switch it up, try to bring more people to come to our shop because it's a good shop. It's here in Riverside. It's been here for, I think it's going on 6 years. So most definitely a shop that I see sticking around for the long haul. And for these guys to succeed in that, they actually need a younger dude because they're older gentlemen. I don't want to say their age because they're going to get mad at me, but they're older gentlemen. They've been in this business for a while, and it's just, with age comes, it's kind of hard to keep up with the thing. The
new trends.
New trends, exactly.
Yeah.
New ways of doing things, especially business. And here it's like they always say it, I'm a blessing because I'm doing this completely free. So I like to do this for these guys. It's a new hobby that I picked up, honestly, because of my brother, and I love it because it's something that brings people from different parts of the world to different characters, basically everything.
What you mean,
all
people?
All
kind of people.
Exactly.
Yes.
All kinds of people come together, and people that you don't even think
that you don't expect that like comics. Or,
exactly. Like the other day, cop comes in here, I'm looking at him like, what the heck's going on? This guy's going to arrest me, something. I don't know what I did, but cop walks in and he's looking through the comics, comes to the register, ends up buying comics. And I'm like thinking, whoa, this dude. And then you see people here and I'm pretty sure other comic shop employees see it all the time, and this is crazy. I mean, WonderCon's coming up, and you can imagine you see a whole bunch of people, and then you start and think, what do these people do?
Yeah.
What's their real life and stuff like that, and you don't even realize a bunch of people come together to do the same thing. Definitely brings people together. So
yes, it does.
Yeah. Well, that's always been like the really cool thing about comic books and the entire world now of comics, because it's not just books anymore. It's moved into television, movies, and all that kind of stuff. And you're right. You're absolutely right that there are so many different people out here. You got your guys. They're police force. You get firefighters. You get lawyers. You get dentists. They're all into this stuff.
You don't have a number or an age for these. For people.
Yeah, and with comics, there is no age, man.
Yeah.
There is no age.
Definitely.
There's a lot of people who are just born with it, raised with it.
Definitely. And I honestly don't see this going away anytime soon. I mean, now that Disney took over, everybody knows. It's like you definitely
all the geek nerds are coming out.
Yeah, exactly. Out of nowhere too, man. It's crazy. So, yeah, man, it's cool that I got into it now, and I'm learning a lot. I mean, honestly, I've only been collecting probably for maybe 2 years. The knowledge that it just hit me, it's like intense, and a lot of it too has been helping me with learning a lot of first appearances, stuff like that is working here because you see the same covers all the time, and then people ask for them, and you're like, oh, I don't know what that is. Look it up. So it's definitely something that anyone that wants to pick it up could learn right away, especially now with the internet and anything.
Well, let me ask you this real quick. So you haven't been into this stuff too long. You're a pretty young guy.
A rookie on this.
He's a noob. So after getting into this stuff a little bit, what would you say is the biggest thing that kind of really made you a fan, or kind of hit you like, oh, this is the coolest thing I've seen? So
I look at it two ways. Honestly, my brother was the one that was collecting when he was younger, and I used to make fun of him all the time. Like, what are you reading? Those things suck, this and that. And
you never picture it.
Yeah, I never pictured myself actually picking up a comic and reading it and falling in love with it. Really, my brother would always tell me, oh yeah, this story about this, and it kind of intrigued me, but it didn't I wasn't hooked until I actually read my first comic. So
Yeah.
The first comic that I ever read and actually truly read was the Ultimate Spider-Man series. So
that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's really good too.
Ultimate Spider-Man series, and I still haven't finished it. Like, it's just one of I think I read like 1 through like 20.
Okay.
And then 1 through 20, I bought a lot, 1 through 20, and then I ended up just reading that little, and I just fell in love. I couldn't put it down, and then I saw, I was like, oh well, Spider-Man's my dude. That's all I want to read. But then you pick up these, and then especially helping out here, you pick up these. You start, oh, this is a cool cover. This looks like a good story, and you start reading more and more and more, and you see the creativity that some of these artists and story writers have there. That's insane. It's like, where does this come from? And you're just like, kind of, I mean, you fall in love with characters.
Yeah, pretty quick.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's cool. Well, we're here for the midnight release for the Detective Comics 1000.
Yeah.
In your opinion, how do you think it went? How do you feel about tonight?
It went pretty good. There was a little upsets because orders weren't completed here at this shop, but I mean, thank the customers. I'm glad that customers are so patient with us here. That's very important here for this shop, especially because not everybody's perfect. Every business has its flaws, and today kind of kept going downhill with the more as we got the inventory, the more and more we check, we're like, oh man, we're missing this. Oh man, we're missing this. But we're like, hey, keep your heads up. You want to know what people are going to come, and try to figure out a plan to basically please the customers and just kind of like move forward. It's like you can't just be stuck, especially as a business owner. Not saying that I'm a business owner, but kind of like the owner here at Sphinx was kind of like bummed out. He's like, I can't believe it. We have a midnight release. I'm like, man, come on, just chill. It's all right. We can't do anything about it right now at the moment. Just push through. Let's keep doing this. And then, because to be honest, we were thinking about not having the midnight release, canceling. I was like, no. Just because it's for you guys.
Yeah.
It's like, even if we look like the worst comic shop in the world, as long as we're providing you at least with the bare minimum that we have, it's what we want. We want you guys to get these books as soon as possible. And unfortunately, that wasn't our fault, but we definitely got what we can. And the stuff that we're missing, we're going to hold it for those customers that want it. So
yeah. No, you did a really good job. I mean, all things considered, because I mean, it wasn't your fault. I mean, you guys, there's only one distributor that you can deal with.
Yeah.
Majority of us know that it's Diamond Comics. And sometimes mistakes happen, and a lot of times comic book shops get shorted.
Yeah,
it happens. It's happened to several people, and a lot of the guys that go to comic book stores, they know that it's not the store's fault. It's because Diamond. I've seen pictures of stores showing like how they got their stuff just ruined during shipping, and all kinds of stuff happens. But the cool thing is, what I like that you did is that you actually had lists out. You told everybody, like, look, sorry, but we didn't get these in stock. Put your name down if you want it, and we'll get it to you.
And you guys did a raffle, and it wasn't just one price. There's a few prices, and that's the cool thing.
Oh yeah, there was, how many prizes was that? Like 5, 6?
It's like six or seven. I don't know. I was trying to push them and give a little bit more because it's like I said, it's like we wouldn't have this shop if it wasn't for you guys. But I mean, it's understandable. Like, it's his shop. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, give everything away for free when it's not my stuff. So I understand. It's like, I don't want to push because it's like, all right, get out of here, man. But definitely. So these guys have been good to me, and I'm trying my best to be good to these guys. I know they say I'm a blessing to them, but honestly, they're a blessing to me. And for those of you guys that don't know or aren't familiar with Sphinx, they're actually a deaf owner, and then the other employee that works here is also deaf, and I mean deaf with
hearing impaired.
So I don't want to say anyways. But so they're really cool guys. And that goes back to saying, like, all kinds of different people do this. It doesn't matter.
And that didn't stop them from doing it.
Exactly. Short, tall, big. Whatever shape you are.
You have that goal to do something, then do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, is it kind of a family-run business, or like friends, or?
Yeah, mainly friends. To be honest, the older gentlemen that work here actually, they've been friends since I want to say high school. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Yeah. But they've been friends for a long time. Just put it that way. And they've been here for a while. It started off hard, like any business does, and it just became this. So he's proud. He wants to keep going. So that's good. And whatever I can do to help him do that, I'm more than welcome to do it for him.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Sphinx Comics is probably one of the better comic book stores out here in the Inland Empire, Southern California area. If you guys are ever in the Inland Empire, Riverside County, Riverside City, Sphinx Comics is a really, really good place to come. It's inviting, it's friendly atmosphere.
Good, customer service is great.
Right, and they're good guys. They love this kind of stuff. I've talked to them, several times, and they know their stuff. They love this stuff. Comic books has been in their blood for forever. Yeah. And then it's the hard part is to find a comic book store owner who loves comic books yet isn't tainted by the business of comic books.
And I think that's why I enjoy helping these guys out a lot, because it's not all about business. Like, we need money. Because I understand, everyone has to make their living, but I mean, you got to do it for the customer, man. Because if it wasn't for the customer, you wouldn't have a business.
Yeah.
You definitely wouldn't have a business. So I get it. I mean, definitely a hard business to get into, but it's something that, like the owner here, Mikey, if you love it and you want to keep doing it and you enjoy the customers that come in and you enjoy doing what you're doing, then why not? Why not keep it going?
Why don't you go ahead and give the address and your times of business really quick?
Okay, so that's funny that you say that, because we're actually talking about changing the times a little bit. So as of now, the shop hours, I know on Yelp it says different to what we actually are. We're open Monday, Tuesday from 12 to 6. Wednesday is our long day, so it's 10 to 7 p.m. And then every other day is 12 to 6, except Sundays we're closed. But we're talking about changing the hours a little bit more. I know people get out of work a little bit later and they still want to come, or maybe they just want to, find a place to kick it, to beat traffic or whatever. But we're working on it, and we'll announce those on social media. We are on Instagram and Facebook, which is our two social media platforms that we use to advertise our stuff and to post what we got, the deals, the sales. So definitely follow us if you guys have that. And then the address, yes, 7000 Indiana Avenue, and it's Suite 120. But definitely, technology, Google Map us, Google us, or whatever you guys can. I'm pretty sure we'll pop up.
Yeah. Question, because it's Detective 1000. Are you a Batman fan?
No. My brother is. He loves Batman. But right now, if I had to pick a character, it would be Silver Surfer and Cosmic Ghost Rider, because the Cosmic Ghost Rider that Donnie Cates wrote was insane. I was just like mind blown. And then learning more about the character behind Cosmic Ghost Rider is just insane. It just blows my mind. It's like, whoa. So definitely crazy. So, but Silver Surfer's top right now. Actually, finally ended up getting my Grail book, which is Fantastic 448. Oh, nice. So yeah, exactly.
Good copy.
Yeah, definitely. It's low grade, but I don't care, man.
Just to have it.
Exactly. just to have it. I don't care.
See, and that's a good way to start, though, because you just find one, whether it's a low grade or not, and then eventually, if you in the business long enough, you might find yourself a better grade. Yeah. You know what I mean? You just kind of trade up.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I started realizing too, man. It's like a lot of trading up and stuff like that. Honestly, those of you guys know who are collecting or have been collecting for a long time, like you guys, it's hard to buy everything. That's something that I learned right away when I was collecting. And it's like, definitely you try to buy everything. They're like, oh my gosh, this everything, all of it, and you consume everything. You consume everything, and you start realizing, wait, where's my money? It's all going.
Oh, no.
So
it happens.
Yeah, definitely. Those of you guys who are starting, and I don't know if there's a lot of you that are, find stuff that you like. Pick stuff up, read it. You find it, like the Mortal Hulk series right now is blowing up.
I heard about
personally,
that.
Yeah, personally, me, I tried to get into it, I couldn't. But people are loving it, man.
I'm more a DC, I like DC.
He says that all the time.
Yeah, I tell everybody, I'll be honest. I mean, I watch movies and I read certain Marvel comics, but I'm more into DC. So, but I hear everything that's out there, but sometimes so behind. To go back to number one and start, it's hard to, it's hard.
I can't stress technology enough. Well, you guys know about all the apps now that are coming out.
DC Universe.
That's another good thing too about it, because it's like, if you want to read this issue that you're never gonna buy, but you're interested in the story, now you can get it on your phone.
I think as a comic book fan, you have to hold it in your hand.
Yeah, it's always that.
Yeah. I mean, I have the app, but it's just like, at the same time, it's like,
You want to turn the pages.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, yeah. I understand that, too, because I do read a lot of comic books, but the stories that I read online are basically when I don't want to touch it. Say I get one copy of that, and I'm like, I don't want to touch this copy.
True. I do that.
Let me
too.
go find it online real quick. Yeah. No worries. Well, we appreciate it. You know, we really thank you guys for allowing us to come down here and, you know, and talk to your customers and everything. Realistically, we pick your guys' shop because we love the service here. You know, the atmosphere is really cool. There's so many other comic book shops that we could go to, but we always want to come here. You know what I mean? So, no, thank you. We appreciate the time, man.
No, definitely. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to see more of you guys. And then those of you guys who are listening to this, I hope you guys come and introduce yourself to me, Gus, and then Mike, the owner, and Dude. And you guys will love these guys. These guys are funny. They, you know, like you said, good customer service. If we don't have anything, we'll do our best to try to get it. Honestly, and it blew my mind when I first started helping these guys. But they go out of the way to try to get copies that they don't have. I know sometimes stuff sells out, but I know the owner, Mikey, will go out of his way and to even like call different shops and see, hey, you guys have this? Cool. All right, save me a couple copies, and then he'll drive out of his way to go get them. So
wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's
see
really.
if you could help me give me a number one.
Nah, that's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. But cool. All right, I guess we appreciate it. Yeah, no problem. If you guys ever get the chance, if you guys are ever looking for a comic book store, trust me, you guys want to try and check out Sphinx Comics. We'll always have information if you guys ever want to hit us up in case you didn't catch the address or you're not sure where it's at. Let us know and we can get you connected. Thanks, guys.
We had a blast at the midnight release. I hope you guys enjoyed the interviews. I hope you guys enjoyed all the content that we provided for you guys for Batman 80th and 1000 of Detective Comics. So with that being said, it's a wrap. See you guys.
A bat wrap.
Love you guys.
See ya.